Okay, I think I'm live. Hello? I should tweet out that I'm live. Twitter. All right. Well, I've got 15 minutes before the video actually premieres. So I took this time aside to kind of just like chat with anybody and talk about the video a little bit. But give me 1 second. I'm just going to tweet. Rexy, what's up? I saw your message in the Discord, by the way. I've just been wildly busy. How are you doing? I don't know why I still use Twitter, honestly. Hey, Devin. How's it going? Okay. Just gonna put on some music so it's not lo-fi. Everybody likes lo-fi, right? Excuse me. Playlists. This is Christmas music. Whoops. Wrong season. My boss laughed at how I got hired. Basically, I got poached from my old job. Hey, sometimes that's how it works, you know? I get offers on LinkedIn all the time. Let's see. Good. Haven't got a chance to leave a comment, but I've been loving all your shorts on YouTube. Oh, that's so sweet. That's so sweet. I've been just like figuring out how to make short form content again, which is really funny because I started on short form content, but I never made short form content the same way that everybody did. That's not to say I'm like, ooh, I'm so unique. It's just that I didn't understand TikTok because I'm a boomer. And I just made my own content to how I like it, which was basically like short versions of the videos that I make now. But TikTok did teach me a lot. It truly taught me a lot. Do you guys want to see the new short that I made for today? It's like a little preview of the video. You guys want to see it? What was I doing? I completely forgot what I was doing. I did tweet out, right? I did. Look at me go. Let me add the Discord. And also, I was thinking of opening up the Discord to everybody. I don't know why my streaming status doesn't show up on my, what's it called? I don't know why my streaming status doesn't show up on my Discord. Sorry, 2 at everyone's in one day. I'm literally the worst. Hey, Sufis. Holy shit. It's been so long. I believe you're going to add music. I believe you are going to add music. Can you not hear the music? Should it be louder? I'm playing music right now. Is that better? Just a bit of like upbeat music. Lower my own volume. Why can't I hear anything? Oh, that's why. Yeah. All right. Volume's perfect. Cool. Also the Discord. Yeah, I wanted to ask everybody how they felt about that. I know like some Discords tend to get a little bit like bad and chaotic when you know, just when like people are in there. I've had my fair share of like bad interactions in Discord. I'm not even gonna get into it, but I think everybody knows what I mean. Hey Reedwell, what's up? Here, I'll show you. We have 10 minutes. I'll show you. Let me show you the brand new short, because this is like a preview of the video. Here. This is how Jujutsu Kaisen failed to deliver on its own stakes. Here are the terms, and they're pretty clear cut. Sukuna, who is sharing Yuji's body, will get 1 minute of control of Yuji's body when he chants in chains. Sukuna cannot kill or hurt anyone in that minute, and if he breaks those terms, he will be the one to suffer the consequences. This is a promise of a little low. There is now risk, which makes the story interesting. Sukuna can be punished. This also asks the question, what is a consequence impactful enough that it will keep a malevolent and powerful creature like Sukuna at bay? So we wait. 200 chapters. Have the terms been fulfilled? Sukuna says he needs to hurt Yuji's body to execute his plan. Then, in a truly anticlimactic reveal, we learn that Sukuna will not suffer any consequences because the term anyone didn't cover Yuji. This is how Jujutsu Kaisen. That's the short. That's like a preview of the video that's gonna go live. There's a Discord. There is a Discord. It's not public. Hey Kaz, what's up? Annie, how's it going? Guys, if you don't already follow Kaz, you should. I'm on TikTok right now. I'm gonna open up TikTok. Look at some of Kaz's TikToks. Why is there a Pikachu with a dumpy on your profile, Kaz?
What would you do if you found out that a 4-year-old lives alone next door to you? Manga artist Shin opens his door to 4-year-old Kotaro Sato. Kotaro explains that he is his new next door neighbor and he lives alone. The 4-year-old then gives Shin a box of tissues, then walks off. Confused, Shin decides to follow Kotaro around town and notices that he's—
Don't worry about it.
Shin joins him to make sure that nothing happens to him. Little by little, Shin gets closer to Kotaro and realizes that they may not be so different. This is Kotaro Lives Alone. Follow for more. What would you—
Yeah, do follow for more. I gotta pop out chat so I can read it. Dude, I had such what's it called? I had such a flashback moment to back when I used to be like a full-time streamer. Because I just had to like eat right before the stream and I was so hungry and I was like, oh my God, I remember I used to do this when I was a full-time streamer. Yeah, if you guys want to join the Discord, you're more than welcome to join the Discord. You know what? Fuck it. Anybody who wants to join the Discord that's in this chat, blah, blah, blah. Here's an invite. Fuck it. 1 second. If I can, it's not very active. That's the thing. It's not very active. And that's why I've been thinking of actually giving, like, making it public, but I also need to provide more value in the Discord. So I was talking to my singular mod, and thinking about what I could do to the Discord. But there's the Discord if you want to join. Anybody who's in here, fuck it, feel free. You're here. You're hanging out with me before my video goes live. You should be in the Discord. You're putting up with me. Unedited. I think all of these Sukuna being Sapple will lead up to him getting destroyed in battle. You think so? Shout out to the Singular Mod Blue. Shout out to Singular Mod Blue. Blue's been my mod since like fucking 2017. It's been a long time. It's like 6 years. Eating midstream is pretty base too. Oh, I hate eating on stream. Ugh. I hate it. I don't like it. Yeah, I truly genuinely do not like eating on stream because I hate. So I'll go back. I used to go back and edit my streams and like make clips out of it. And anytime there are no channels, you have to like agree to the rules or some shit. It's like, yeah, there's an I read the rules button here. Yeah, so there's an I read the rules and do that. Did it not give you? Let's see. Where are you, Kaz? Are you online? Rules read. That's weird. Trolled. Why isn't it giving you I don't know. I guess I'll just here. You can have the Patreon role. Oh, okay. I guess I'll give you the YouTube one. I think they're the same. Yeah. Oh, it's tied to the main expansion. See, this is why I need a moderator. Oops. Sorry, Kaz. Yeah. Sorry. L server owner. Listen. Okay. I'm just going to give all of you permissions right now. Okay. Like I said, I was still figuring this Discord out. You haven't. Okay. You just read the rules. There you go. Everybody got permissions. I'm bad at this. I'm closing Discord. Not further embarrass myself. L server owner. I know. Yeah, of course. I got you guys. I got you. It's like midnight for Blue, so I can't even bother him about it. Yeah. So this is a video that resulted in that whole if you guys were here for the Twitter stream, this is the video that resulted from that. It took a little bit longer than I thought it would, but it's still here. I did finish the script for my other video, so that's pretty tight. And I'm going to film that over the weekend and start editing it. I don't think I'll be able to finish it by next week, but I'm crossing my fingers. And then little leak, I'm going to be making other videos about other manga. God damn it, Kaz. Yeah. So if I should I'll modify my bot so that it automatically gives you like domain expansion permissions when you click read rules. The funny thing is I set up that bot. And I somehow forgot how everything works. Esper diversification, let's go. Yeah. I don't know if you follow me on Instagram. I'm just plugging all my shit. I'm not even a mod and I know. Well, that's because you're on top of your shit, Rexy. Yeah, so I've been posting about what I've been reading on Instagram, but I'm just gonna tell you. I've been reading I'm gonna lower the volume on this a little bit. It's a little loud. So I've been reading Hell's Paradise. Well, I've already read Hell's Paradise. It's okay, I'll just tell you. But yeah, I've already read Hell's Paradise, but I've been rereading Hell's Paradise. And I am making a video, more than a few videos on it, because believe it or not, Hell's Paradise is my 10 out of 10 manga. Hell's Paradise is my favorite manga out of like everything. And I don't know if I should say that, but it definitely, it's up there. Oops. Ah! Hey, Topsy. Can't wait for the OP especially. Okay. We are in here. Is there anybody chatting in there? No. Okay. I didn't want to like miss anybody's chat. I feel like it that much must be pretty interesting. It's basically what's it called? It is the last of the trio of like the dark trio, if that makes sense. So like there's Jujutsu Kaisen, Chainsaw Man, and Hell's Paradise is considered the dark trio of anime and manga. So it's very much up my alley. Dead chat. I know, cause everybody's in here. Yeah, I can't wait for the anime. It's coming so soon. It's like 2 weeks ish. Ah, why am I so bad at social media, you guys? Trying to post my short and I'm just fumbling. Well, of Battle Shonen anyway. Yeah, of like the new stuff. It's a dark manga, it is. Yeah. If you like Hunter x Hunter, yeah, I can tell that you like depressing anime and manga. We're the same. We're the same. It's rather based. I'd agree with that. Okay. Post this to my story.
Execution is everything in a story. A story can bring you to tears and make you anxious and make you happy.
Just gonna full screen this.
With stake and consequences or rewards. These particular examples are actually really interesting because one work was very much inspired by the other. Hunter x Hunter is the older manga in this
I talk about Hunter x Hunter in this video.
Akutami, the mangaka of Jujutsu Kaisen, when he was growing up. And he's quite vocal about his love for the series. You don't have to know anything about these media to understand this video. Even if you've never watched anime or read manga once, this all still applies. So let me set the scene for you on what the issue is on Jujutsu Kaisen's execution on stakes and consequences. The main villain got away with a technicality on a vow because they believe that the main character Yuji being ready to die and viewing himself as a cog in the machine excludes him from being protected under the umbrella.
Also, I'll rechat after. This is a short video.
He doesn't value his well-being, so he wouldn't think to protect himself when he made the deal. Well, personally, I think that when you say anybody, you can't just exclude someone on the basis that they are self-destructive and don't believe they need to be protected.
Can I pause this?
It's a slippery.
I can. Look at me go. Jog on at the moment, but I'll start Hell's Paradise afterwards. Yeah, I still need to read Sakamoto Days.
Slow. But
JJK definitely had some rough patches. Oh yeah, I mean, it's still going through it.
the fandom heavily thinks otherwise, and now you're caught up. And I just want to briefly give some of my thoughts.
Okay, if you're not fully caught up, I would consider this a minor spoiler because I didn't talk about exactly what happens, but yeah.
Think that you can argue for this point when the deal was made so early in the story that those character development traits that people are attributing to him weren't yet fully formed or even present. The deal made in the beginning of the story.
This is something we talked about in the last live stream. It's that like Yuji made this deal so early in the manga that like I don't understand why people are like, well, he's super like self-destructive. Like
doesn't evolve, and
this is the Yuji that made that deal.
his mental health declines. It's a deal. It's frozen in the time that they made it. The state of mind of Yuji, the main character, was one of a desire to survive. He was screaming, "I don't want to die." This is the Yuji that made the deal. And all I have left to say about that is that wouldn't have been quite poetic for Yuji now to have been saved by his past self who still had a desire to live. What this was lacking for me was a direct consequence. And someone on Twitter did do an analysis on the indirect consequences of the whole thing. And what
This was one of the few sane people on Twitter. Binding vows are, in theory, the most creative system in anime and manga. Anyone can perform it with enough skill and knowledge, can use to fulfill many roles, even decide a battle. The thing is, it's like, okay, the reason why I talk about Hunter x Hunter in this video is because I feel like the JJK binding vow system is very much based off of the Hunter x Hunter vows system. It's not called binding vows in Hunter x Hunter, but you'll see later in the video like how similar they are. Okay, Yuki Nobara and El Sakurijima got pretty rough patches overall. Yeah, I think JJK like really went downhill and now it's going back up. Like, I'm pretty excited to read the chapters this week now. And every manga has rough patches. Like, fucking Greed Island was really rough at certain points because it went on for like a really long time and the villain wasn't all that good. Like, I can say that. I still really love Hunter x Hunter.
While I don't agree with all of their points, it's well worth a read if you're invested in the fandom. I'll link it below. On to the technical analysis of the writing of Binding Vows and why this iteration of it flopped so hard for me. Vows require three things: terms, agreements, and consequences or rewards. Here are the terms, and they're pretty clear cut. Sukuna, who is sharing Yuji's body, will get 1 minute of control of Yuji's body when he chants and chain, and Yuji will forget about this deal. Sukuna cannot kill or hurt anyone in that minute, and if he breaks those terms, he will be the one to suffer the consequences. This is a promise of consequence. There is now risk, which makes the story interesting. Sukuna can be punished. This also asks the question, what is a consequence impactful enough that it will keep a malevolent and powerful creature like Sukuna at bay? So we wait. 200 chapters. Have the terms been fulfilled? Well, Yuji did forget about the agreement, and Sukuna did get to control his body for a minute when he chanted and chained. Then Sukuna says that he is gambling, meaning that he is risking the consequence.
Also, I don't realize, I'll read chat in a bit, but I also don't realize how Twitter thought that the gamble was Megami. That was dumb. That was very dumb, because the gamble isn't Megami. Like, the gamble very much is not Megami. And the gamble is breaking the binding vow.
Of breaking his binding vow.
Sorry, I said I was reading chat. Yeah, Greed Island. So you're not going to get spoiled on this video, thankfully. It's basically ripped out except for the randomness of the consequence. Yeah. Hunter, pretty sure the consequence has to be stated. Yeah. So the Hunter x Hunter has a very, very direct way of doing it. We'll get to it at the end of the video, not the gamble discrepancy again. I mean, if you don't want to watch it, you don't have to watch it. This is just the video that I made afterwards. People were like, I see why you cut out this part of your video. And I was like, all right, I'll make it into a whole video.
Because he needs to hurt Yuji's body to execute his plan. Then, in a truly anticlimactic reveal, we learn that Sukuna will not suffer any consequences because the term anyone didn't cover Yuji. We were promised rewards, which were fulfilled, and the most interesting part and impactful part of the promise wasn't delivered on based on the technicality on language. This is stake and consequence done wrong. This is telling the audiences that the exploitable nature of binding vows makes them low risk and high reward, when the opposite is actually true. They are high risk and high reward, or at least they should be. I'm sure this wasn't the intent of Jujutsu Kaisen, but that's how it feels. The narrative we are being told of binding vows is that
I think a lot of people didn't actually I think a lot of people didn't actually pay that much attention to like that part because they were so so like taken aback by what happened afterwards, which is fine. It would have been fine if the deal was just can't kill anyone. Yeah, I think it would have been like thoroughly fine if it was just like, can't kill anyone. Hey, Silver. But it's a valid mindset. Yeah, some spoilers are fine, I guess. I'm mostly on the camp of I don't want any spoilers at all. Consequences are large, but they have yet to be demonstrated to be true. And it becomes false when the one on-screen negotiation of a binding vow fails to deliver on a consequence it promised. Oh God, I gotta write a Twitter thread. Language. Whereas the previous binding vows have gotten away with the technicality of action. I technically killed him, but I revived him straight away after. Or inaction. Well, it wasn't us in this room that did that exactly, even though it was somebody on our team. It cheapens the validity of these vows even if there are indirect consequences to them, especially when there hasn't been an emphasis on the wording used to negotiate them, and they happen off screen or in a few brief lines. So let's talk about Hunter x Hunter, which is one of the biggest influences of this work. Let's talk about a specific character, so Kurapika, who is an incredible example of stake and consequence. What is Kurapika's goal? He wants to avenge his clan. What is he willing to do to avenge his clan? Anything. So Kurapika restricts himself for more power with very clear-cut stakes. He grows immense power for risking his life. Simple enough, right? And the terms are very thoroughly negotiated and explained to us. There are people who feel like Hunter x Hunter is bogged down by too many explanations, but I don't believe this is one of those moments because stakes matter. Kurapika breaks his rules. He dies. In this case, he gets to make chains that are incredibly powerful that give him an insane advantage against his chosen enemy. We see that very... Kurapika has been doing better as a protag than Gon IMO. Are you caught up, Topsy? Because I don't want to spoil you. Gon was still great though. Kurapika and Kroll are my two faves a bit. Yeah, Kurapika is really good. I think I have a whole thing on Gon. I'll talk about it later. Very clearly in his fight with the physically strongest member of the Spiders, he single-handedly beat someone who tanked the bazooka. This is a pretty clear-cut reward. The consequences are clear-cut as well. If he breaks it or if anyone breaks it, they die, and we do get to see this in another member of the Spiders, Pakunoda. When in negotiation with Pakunoda, Kurapika then gives two conditions to her. Gon and Killua, his friends, are released without any tricks by midnight tonight. Notice the precise language. And yeah, this is my biggest thing about Hunter x Hunter, is that anytime vows are made, like they are... You finished York New. Okay, yeah, so anytime vows are made, the language is precise. And when there isn't a precise like deal or trade to be made, we get the situation with Gon where Nanika literally had to step in and use otherworldly powers to bring him back. It's better. 2, you will not reveal anything about me. Haku agrees to these terms. I love Togashi. And a chain is placed in her heart, which will kill her in the event that she breaks these conditions. Recognizing the threat to her friends to be immense, Haku then makes a decision. In a feat of both love and utter self-sacrifice, we see Haku return to her friends and share everything. Not just about Kurapika, all of her feelings and memories, and she does it all knowing what's at stake, which makes this decision feel heavy and impactful, and why it wrenches the emotions out of your heart, because there is stake. And with stake comes value. From this, we inherently know that Paku valued her friends' lives more than her own, and that without hesitation, she laid down her life for them. Paku is legitimately one of my favorite characters in Hunter x Hunter. Like, I have a lot. Kurapika, obviously, great character, but Paku, I think Paku's story, especially later on, in the later chapters, we actually get a flashback of the Phantom Troop. And wow, I cannot believe that. I can't believe Togashi Sensei put that flashback. It's like chapter 400 something. And here we have the exchange. Paku's life for information that could save her friends. My trust in the system has been paid off by the incredibly impactful moment that didn't linger on any technicality on words, which left me to focus on the emotion and the characters behind those actions. This moment, the main antagonists of the series were humanized. These guys are mass murdering thieves.
I felt for the spiders in this moment, and hearts and minds were changed. Thanks.
All right, I have to ask you guys this. Did you actually, like, those who have read Hunter x Hunter, like, were the spiders humanized for you in that point in time when Paku was like, I'm going to give up my life for everybody here. I love these people. Like, did how you view the Phantom Troop change?
Who was the one most against the terms had a change of heart after experiencing Pakunoda's memories and feelings. In this instance, the stake and reward and consequences were both delivered technically, as in it
Way
followed
before
the rules
then.
of the
When?
world in a satisfying way, and emotionally in that we see characters change in a meaningful way. This is stakes and consequences done correctly. Before we wrap up though, I just want to say that this isn't a Jujutsu Kaisen bad and Hunter x Hunter good video. I love both of these manga. And this was a video I was actually going to skip on because I really wanted to lay off the criticism of Jujutsu Kaisen, at least not before I made a positive video about it, because I really like it. But Twitter annoyed me, so here I am.
God, there
I'm
are
not
so
here
many
to
quote
change your mind.
retweets.
Go on, live your best life and enjoy the damn manga, because at the end of the day, that's what stories are meant to do anyway. But it really says something that when I reread Pakunoda's story, I almost cried. I had a moment where I was
realized,
oh no,
1 second.
I might cry.
I didn't put a video at the end of this. I also forgot to set my mid-rolls. Whoops. YouTuber, by the way. And I'm just gonna put video 1 subscribe. Yeah, look at me go. Editing mid live stream.
And I've read this part of the manga many times, so take that for what you will. This is different from my normal style of video, but there will be more like this in the future if you're interested. So subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
All right, that's the video. Also, I paid Seer Light for the rights to use this in my end screens, and whenever I make a Hunter x Hunter related video, I love getting to use it because it's awesome. It's a little bit long, but I actually managed to find an editor that I actually really like. So it'll get better. The edits also will get better in the future. But yeah. So if you guys want to comment in the video or like let it play on your own time, because we did do a watch party, I would appreciate that. But if not, it's all good. I will talk about the video now and like talk about all the other stuff that you guys have said. I adore Paku, so intelligent, caring, and her ability is awesome. Yeah, Paku's ability is one of the most interesting ones that I've read, because it's like, it's an inherently, like, even like her pistol, it's like an inherently violent thing made to be something that's like so different, and it's something that also somehow still fits her personality. Aw, thanks, Readwell. Yeah, I got 2 of my shorts recommended to me while I was like scrolling through shorts. I don't think Chrollo should be the pro tag for the whole series. I think the thing that Togashi does one of the best is that you can pick up any character at any point in time, and Togashi could make them a protagonist because of how deeply he actually thinks about all of his characters and how deep all of their stories go. I think that's one of the best things about Togashi. Maybe with a way to still bring in Chimera Ant arc though. Yeah, Chimera Ant arc was brutal. Like brutal in a good and bad way. Slightly. Like, dude, 6850. Did you, like, what changed of your opinion of the Phantom Troop? That's fair. I find Chrollo's story super intriguing compared to Gon and Killua. I think in terms of story arcs, like everybody's story arcs fit their personality really well. I think that Gon and Killua have stories that fit their personality. Like the way that Gon is like carefree and kind of easygoing. I think that, you know, the Chimera Ant arc really changed that up for him, and that was like his peak, right? Gon peaked in Chimera Ant arc, and it makes sense why he's not in the story. And after that, you know, like Killua also left because Killua's kind of identity is tied to Gon, and the way that the two of them interact is very, very intertwined. But now, not only does Killua have somebody else to take care of, Killua is also realizing that, hey, like the friend that I made is like also has capability for darkness, and Killua always struggled with that and has always distanced himself from that. So like every single character arc in Hunter x Hunter makes sense for the personality of that person that is like going through that character arc. And then you pick them up at the end, like the beginning of it or like the middle of it or the end of it, and they're going through their character arc in a way that stays really true to their personality. And that's the really great part about it. Ooh, yeah, I remember that part, Phoenix. Yeah, that was a really, really heart-wrenching part of it. Oh, it's been well, that may be a spoiler. Yeah. Well, no, I mentioned it in the video. Yeah, I mentioned it in the video, so that was a spoiler for somebody. My bad. You know what? I'm gonna look at some comments. Let's see. My guy did not kill himself for Megami. Hello? He had so much desire to live that he killed himself for Megami. Okay. This was something that I mentioned in my other video. But when Yuji... Hang on. Let me find the exact panel of it in Viz. People have such low reading comprehension sometimes. What chapter was that? 9? I think it was 9. He didn't kill himself for Megami. The timing for this is like too perfect. So this is when... Oh God, I'm leaking some of my video, but whatever. So Megami begins to call upon like Mahoraga. And everybody here, I assume, if you watch my content, know who Mahoraga is or what Mahoraga is. And he says it like 8 handles. He begins to say it. And since Megami didn't finish the incantation, it wasn't going to come out. And Yuji comes back out, not because he gained control, but because Sukuna decided in that moment that Megami was his new vessel. I think that Yuji would have, here's the thing. I think Yuji would have done it. Like if Yuji had the control, I think that Yuji would have straight up killed himself for Megami, but that's Yuji's personality trait. Like, I think Yuji would rather die than see Megami die, obviously. But I don't think that's a statement that kind of proves anything wrong. Like, Yuji's always been that way. Yuji wants people to have, like, a normal death, or, like, whatever it is that he used to say in the beginning of the manga. Like, I think that this isn't a desire to not live. I think that also I think I might make a short on that. So thanks for pointing that out. So like, I don't think that these are mutually exclusive things. That's the thing. If Yuji had to make a decision, he was like, I'm either going to die or Megami is going to die. Yuji is such a good boy that he is just like, I'm going to die instead of my friend dying. Like, I think Yuji would just do that. I think that is his personality. That's like his whole thing, you know? He's fighting these people knowing that he has a chance to die because he can make the world better. But that doesn't mean that Sukuna didn't give up control in this moment. Because Sukuna decided here. That's why the chapters are titled Fearsome Womb. And then we go like, I don't know, like 200 something chapters later. Does Viz do this for anybody else? Like, I can't click on any of the links after I've gone full screen. Like, that's why these chapters are continuation of Fearsome Womb. Because, oops. Nope, the ripening. Where's the Fearsome Womb continuations? Somewhere here. Yeah, Fearsome Womb Part 5. This is like a direct continuation from that point. Like, Sukuna has been plotting this since that moment. That's why he gave up control to Yuji. I could be wrong. But I've read this manga so many times. Kurolo and Kurapika have the two coolest abilities. I am honestly very impressed at how well thought out each of those abilities are. Like, it's like actually earth-shatteringly, like almost incomprehensible for me how one person can figure that out. The anime does a lot of work to make it seem like this Sukuna decided to give control. Oh my god, I haven't watched the anime in so long. I might need to rewatch that. Two optimizations in two different but varied directions. Yeah. Because like it like also the way that Krollo, oh god, I love Hunter x Hunter so much. The way that Krollo's personality perfectly fits his powers. Like the way that Kurapika's chains like almost signify the way that Kurapika is being chained down by his desire for vengeance, but he doesn't care. God, I love Togashi. Let's see. The change in expression Maharaga is going to be summoned. Yeah, there is definitely is there a change in expression in the manga? Let me check. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah, there's not a change of expression in the manga, so I could see why people would think that. I prefer Krollo's abilities and there's just no copy of the manga. Manga is handled by Togashi, especially so many great abilities. Also, somehow Togashi is able to just make unique abilities for everyone. Like how, dude? How? It's also interesting in how in artworks in the manga, it's actually foreshadowed Megami would become the new vessels. Like, damn. Yeah, I think I have that. Hang on. This was going around in Twitter. You can tell how irresponsible I am with my money. This was going around in Twitter, and this is the part where they're like, "Oh, these are always like side by side antagonists." But yeah, irresponsible with my money. It's cool though. We could go through it one day. What is that? That is the animation book. I need to buy it right now. Please link it. Is it should still be on sale. Animation JJK. Oh my god. Was it really $70? I don't know. Here this is an affiliate link. I'm also irresponsible with my money. Yeah, this is an affiliate link, just in case. Disclosures and stuff. Impulse bought JJK volumes because I saw them at Walmart. To be fair, I love owning physicals. But yeah, let me catch up with chat. It's by far my favorite version of it. Yeah, Alessia, is that what you were talking about? Or are you talking about another foreshadowing moment? I didn't consider that. It makes so much sense why he already had a binding vow planned when Yuji was in his innate domain. Yeah. If you read it back, God, did I mark down the chapters? Because like, if you read it back, it's so very evident that Sukuna knew. Like, at first I was like, how did Megami end up the vessel? But I was also at the point where like, it makes sense. I don't know if you guys saw on Twitter where I had that like all roads lead to Megami video that I didn't finish because I was like, I don't know how this is going to happen. Like, I don't know why it is, but I know that Megami is like the focal point of this arc, but I didn't know why or how. So I couldn't like finish the video, and I spent so much time on it too. So I wasn't surprised that that's what happened because like Megami's been so focal. But I was surprised at like the way that the binding vow happened, and I was very disappointed by it. Clearly. But my next video is very positive. Like, I talk very positively about Jujutsu Kaisen. I actually didn't want to release this video before I released that one. Actually, I wasn't going to release this video at all. But I didn't want to criticize Jujutsu Kaisen anymore because I really do love it. And I feel like people get the wrong idea when I criticize JJK. They're like, you hate the anime and the manga. Why do you even read it? Yeah, that's how those people sound to me. Sorry. Not sorry. Let's see. With given detail too, even Avatar chooses to expand its magic system in incredibly satisfying ways. Avatar, The Last Airbender. Characters or abilities. Does Togashi create characters and abilities, or abilities and before characters? I would say, if I had to guess, most of the time I would say he probably creates characters, then matches their ability to their personality. But that's just a guess. Thinks of basically an ability, then he probably thinks of how he can make it different, yet makes sense for the bow space ability to work. It's a necessary expand. Hey Caesar, how's it going? JJK art, especially hidden inventory, is amazing on physical volumes. Oh my god. I can't believe we're getting hidden inventory animated soon. Sorry. Was that loud? I'm sorry. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm gonna cry so much. You all will find me if you need me. I'll be on the bottom of my floor just sobbing, like the pool of tears around me. If you need me, that's where you'll find me. I rewatched the anime legit like 20 times, so I noticed a lot of subtle things that aren't shown in the manga. Oh god, I'm bad. I'm so bad at watching anime. I like to read. I also don't like the fact that the pacing is decided for you when you watch anime, because I like paging back to what I read, because I'm like, wait a second. And then I like going back, and like, I know you could do that in anime, but it's not as easy. Except that Kashimo cover. Does Kashimo have a cover? Megami is the real MC? Perhaps. Lamau, nothing to be sorry about, indeed. Hey, Michelle. $81 for me? Okay, maybe I'm not so irresponsible. That's too much. Let me actually grab you. Let's see. Why is it 8? Are you Canadian? You don't have to answer that. Hang on. I need to go to Kino. This is not an affiliate link. This is just Kinokuniya. Try that link. Although if you're Canadian, it's not going to work because it's like a US thing. You have a Japanese exchange student living with you right now? Oh my god, I'm living with a weirdo. I hope not. How is that? How is the process of having like an exchange student live with you? It's okay to criticize and have a dislike of a series you enjoy. This separates a fanboy to an actual fan. Bars. Fucking bars. What if Kenjiku's plan is to kill Sukuna at his strongest to prove that he is the greatest sorcerer? I wish I could show you my video right now. I can't. You'll just have to wait 2 weeks from now. I don't want to promise that my video will be ready in 2 weeks, but I want my video to be ready in 2 weeks. But work has been killing me recently, so... And I am too poor to pay for this video to be edited. Oh, speaking of edited, this video was edited by somebody else. I'm sure you guys can tell because it's much better than my normal editing. What did you guys think? Because I love being able to film a video and then hand it off to an editor and it's just finish. Where do I work out? Don't talk about it. Let's see. One Piece was a series that killed anime for me, highlighted all the absolute views of manga, pacing 1,000 times over. So does that mean you didn't like the anime? Yeah, criticize it. I think Kenny and Sukuna are working against that. And then in winter artwork, Scarf Megami wore would now scream Sukuna on the first page of the volume. Megami's frog, Sukuna's tattoo on the forehead. I saw those on Twitter. But I don't remember if I liked them or saved them. I should have. $81 is insane. It's fine. I could probably go ahead and get it from a local shop. Yeah, call ahead. Ask them. Unless you have phone anxiety, then just show up. Let's see. If I may, I think even your video with the most intense criticism emanates your love for it. All your nonverbal language communicates how unpleasant it feels to you to admit it fails. Thanks. Yeah, like I really believe. Like, genuinely, let's just stop for a second. Like, I genuinely believe in Gege. Like, Gege is a little bit older than me, but we grew up with the same things. Like, Gege, I feel so kindred to Gege, not in the way that, like, I would appreciate the way that he's actually, like, a pretty, like, insane mangaka, but the way that, like, the two of us have this, like, experience of, like, I lived in the States. Like I used to live in the Philippines. Now I live in like America. But like the two of us, despite those differences, have grown up with the same media and we both love the same media. And now I'm reading media of somebody who grew up on the same things to me and I love it. And it's like a product of somebody from my generation and all of the things that I love. And it's incredible. It's so heart-wrenching to just be like, okay, well, I have to call you out when you're doing these things because I know you could do better. And not to say that Gege Akutami will ever see any of my criticisms, but like, I have a deep love for Jujutsu Kaisen. It's horror, it's intense, it has incredible themes, and it's just like, it's an homage to so many of the things that I really love. And I don't think people understand that when I say like the one bad thing about this thing and they just want me to accept it. And it's like, no, like Gege is inspired by Togashi, I would argue, probably one of the best mangaka around ever, you know? Like he can do better, but I think he's just under this time crunch and this pressure. And I think he might need to sit and just like reevaluate how quickly he wants to finish this manga. Because I feel like he has an end date in his head and things started going poorly when he started rushing toward that end date because he wanted Jujutsu Kaisen to be done by that point. All right, speech over. Let's see. Time to go down to Kinokuniya to get it. Yeah, dude. Hopefully they still have it. Sukuna's death only being cordial with Kenny to gain more strength. Kenji got some balls to crack jokes in front of Sukuna. Well, it's not time yet. It's not time for them to be antagonistic. Let's see. OP didn't kill the anime for me, but definitely helped me realize what I enjoy out of Battle Shonen. What do you enjoy out of Battle Shonen, Cassie? I will in August, but like 3 a.m. one day I looked into it and in less than a week they came to my house to evaluate it. And they matched me with a student. Oh, wow. That's very, very quickly. Do they speak English? They have to, right? If they're like studying here. I decided that I would always read a series first and only watch the anime if I liked it enough. Yeah, I think especially with One Piece, with how long it is. I think that being able to go through it at like a quicker pace as well is very beneficial, because it's like watching anime at 2 times speed is vastly different from reading quickly, because I think that you just lose so much when you watch anime quickly, but you don't lose as much when you read quickly, especially if you're reading within like your own set amount of like, you know, capability. Yeah, after reading a series, I already read that. Oh, definitely. Also, having this major part of his plan being to create a vessel for Sukuna makes me think this plan along something those lines. Yeah. Read well, wait for my next video. He's not beating those misogyny allegations. I don't think Gege is misogynistic. I think that everybody just has like an inherent like internalized misogyny. And I think, oh, wait, I got to show you guys. I got to show you something. You reminded me of something. This was an interview in, my roommate linked me this. This is an interview in 2018. It's pretty early on. No, 2021. I lied. It was not early on. Okay. So, this is a conversation between like Kuba, who is the mangaka of Bleach, if you don't know, and Akutami. And Kuba is somebody that Akutami sensei also very, very heavily looks up to. And Kuba, okay, I'm just going to read this out to you, because if my favorite mangaka, like one of my favorite mangakas talked to me like this, I would positively dissolve on the spot. Like positively. So Kuba says, I hate to say this in front of the man himself, but none of the female characters in Jujutsu Kaisen are my type. All right, Kuba. They're all formidable, aren't they? When characters of the opposite sex get preferential treatment, they usually reflect the creator's taste, so that must be Akutami sensei's type. Kuba wasn't even trying to incite anything. Kuba was just like, so you like strong women, huh? You like formidable domineering women, huh? And Akutami in response goes, no, that's just me dodging the issue. I'm aware I suck at drawing women. Therefore, I've put the brakes on creating so-called ladylike characters, which I don't think Gege sucks at drawing women, but that's neither here nor there. Kuba says, while your male characters come in all types, I feel like your women largely fit the same mold. Could it be you have an aversion to creating female characters to conform to gender roles? And then Akutami says, that's not quite the case. And then Kuba says, for real? Kuba. And I don't have a preference, and you don't have a preference for the strong female archetype. Well, it's not that as if I prefer any archetypes in particular. If you were to ask me about my favorite female characters, I'd freeze up. Besides, I don't know if the readers even want to see any ladylike or seductive female characters for me. I'm sure Jujutsu Kaisen, and then Kuba says, I'm sure Jujutsu Kaisen readers are perfectly content with the current roster of women. So that's a 2-layered problem, right? Thank you. Thanks, Cassie. You and I are the same Megu Esper. Like that's a 2-layered problem, right? It's Kuba thinking like Kuba going like, hey, what's up with your female characters? And Gege thinking that like he can't draw female characters, but also Gege not having any particularly like favorite female characters that pop up in his head. And I think that's a failing in the writing, going back to the misogyny video that I make. I think that's a failure in the writing because Gege and I read the same things growing up, right? Bleach, although I would say, hey, there's a lot of awesome women in Bleach where you could be like, that's my favorite character. Bleach is one of the best ones, IMO. Anyway, besides the point, like that's a failure in like the writing of his time, to not provide those like female characters that's like a guy could look up to, you know? Like women have generally other women, and yes, there are guys who have a lot of female friends, but for a lot of guys, I feel like lacking that sort of like representation for women is much more damaging to them because they don't get to interact usually with as many like females, like female friends or things like that without, you know, being like pushed together. Like I know back in the day, like we used to still have like separate PE classes, things like that sometimes. So it's like, I think that's like a really evident failure in the way that like women have been written in past media that Gege can't name a favorite female character. And maybe, who knows, maybe Gege is just like, I just look at the dudes. And it's like, well, maybe that's the case. Yeah, Gege's 29, probably turning 30 this year, right? I'm much the same. The anime just doesn't have a manga, harder to find. I just don't know that it doesn't have a manga. Bro, I wish Psycho Pass had a manga. Psycho Pass is great, though. I'll watch Psycho Pass any day. I don't want the series to end this year. I want Gege to give it the time it deserves because I genuinely believe it has the potential to be one of the top anime manga of all time. I agree, Cassie. Definitely competing with your OP. Competing with OP in your first year's manga is insane. That is insane. Yeah. Gege is quite a brilliant writer, but also I think here's the thing. Oh God, I feel like I feel so awful saying this because it's so cheesy, but it's like, if you fail to plan, you're planning to fail. I think that Gege is so like laser focused on his manga being finished that he is going to fail in certain aspects of it. I'm not saying the manga will fail, obviously not, because he has editors, he has like a good idea of what'll happen in the story, he has the ending planned out, but I think he is not taking the time to actually just like get to his destination whenever it'll happen. I think setting an end date for Jujutsu Kaisen is just a bad idea. But I don't know, I'm not a fucking writer. Yeah, I agree. Gege isn't going out of his way to write saying like I must write women terribly, but he keeps making poor writing decisions. Yeah, I agree with that. I think anybody with here's the thing. I think anybody with 2 brain cells who watched my misogyny video and didn't immediately go, you used the word misogyny, stupid feminist. I think anybody who watched my misogyny video with actual careful thought was like, yeah, that's what you're saying. I make stupid voices for a lot of people. Not sorry. I like One Piece, but I screwed myself over. I binged 400 plus episodes. How? Wait. Let me do the math on that. So 400 episodes, 20 minutes each. 400 times... Okay, hang on. 400 times 20. So that's 8,000 hours divided by 60. That's... Sorry, minutes. So that's 133 hours. You watched One Piece straight for over 5.5 days. That is the equivalent of that. They have to take an English test. They did a background check and they interviewed 3 of my friends to make sure I'm not like a psycho. Who do you ask for that? Who you're like, all right, interview these friends. These friends are the ones that you should interview. Yu Yu Hakusho is literally pure gold in writing, but sadly I could never get into Hunter x Hunter. And your name is Hunter Law. Yu Yu Hakusho is great, but that's the thing. Didn't Togashi... Okay, I don't remember Yu Yu Hakusho, so don't say anything about the plot. But I watched it when I was a literal child. But didn't Togashi rush the ending of Yu Yu Hakusho? Maybe Gege just, he was like, well, my favorite mangaka rushed the ending of Yu Yu Hakusho, so I'm going to rush the ending of Jujutsu Kaisen. Sorry, I couldn't resist making the joke. Gege rushing 200 times deeply about every character. Yeah, and I think that's his strength. I think that genuinely, his strength is just being able to create great characters. I think Gege's character writing is incredible. Sorry, it's taking me a while to catch up to chat because I keep talking. I do believe that every creator of JJK runs into issues with editors, other stuff, and showing making me rethink his visions compared to JJK movie, compared to serial. Yeah, Serial Weekly. Also, I need to stop slouching. Weekly serialization is rough. So I hope that his editors aren't steering him wrong. But yeah, it was really quick. It happened so fast. I couldn't think about it. Now I'm trying to figure out what I'll do with that. I like how you're like, there's going to be a person here. A person. Yeah, editors influence Gege a ton. I heard somewhere that Gege actually had plans to kill off Itadori super early, but an editor changed it. Could be a fake story. Yeah, I wish I read Japanese so I could just read like Japanese links. Kubo said he needed badder women. Not me being crazy Nobara stan despite my PFP. She's been noted as doing and saying the same things, getting the same level ups and having attitude to be on the level of great. Yeah, I think if you watched my video, you know what? We're going to watch that part of the video because I'm still salty about it. We're going to watch that part of my video because I am still super duper salty about it. It's somewhere here. Here. We have obviously Nobara and Yuji on one side, and then in the middle we have the arc, and then we have a line. Yeah, we understand how it works. A mixture of Nobara on a slightly higher level than Yuji because she received training from her grandmother, who, like, Nobara starts off at like a really good level, and like her grandmother, by the way, fucking criminal that we had known nothing about Nobara's grandmother. Gains anything from Sukuna, but mostly because when he consumes the finger, not because he really gains. Yeah, so like this one with Gojo, Toto's abs, you know, having grown up with Gojo as well. I don't know if Megami actually utilized because Nobara achieved Black Flash. Yeah, the fact that Nobara achieved Black Flash while she wasn't getting mentored, while nobody was like telling her how to improve, and she just achieved it on her own because that was the thing that she needed to do in that moment. She was fighting with, I would say, Yuji's pretty much her best friend. Like the two of them act like they were best friends despite the fact that it's not been a long time. Like she was fighting alongside somebody she really cared about and somebody she really trusted, and she was able to achieve Black Flash. I think that's impeccable writing. And I think that like Nobara had the ability to go the heights, and then she died. She fucking died, which is really dumb. I really hope Nobara still comes back. I'm gonna let this play because I need to drink water. She achieved it without a Toto helping her and helping her understand and pushing her. She pushed herself. We got the reveal that she is Mahito's natural enemy, and that is normally where you would power up a character, and instead that is when she died. So if it wasn't gonna happen then for Nobara, for a female character who is arguably a main character, when will it happen? And I know, you're screaming Maki. You're screaming Maki. I'm so close. We're almost there. Yeah, so still salty about that. She should have had a power up instead of dying. But even if she gets an off-screen power up now, I'll be like, all right, fucking fine. Yeah, comments, character die, only one surviving. Who do you think that will be? Personally pick Gojo. It'd be really sad if Gojo was the only one to survive. I want to say maybe Megami, but I genuinely don't know. That's just like a dart at a board. He's also not escaping the gay allegations. Oh yeah, psychopath, dude. Gege's 31. Okay, he's a bit older than me. Sukuna isn't gay. Yorozu is a female, my guy. Yeah, that was all very confusing. I think the general thing of it was that Yorozu was only referred to with their name. But Viz translated it. Okay, so I have some bones to pick with Viz's translation. So Yorozu was only, from what I've heard of it and what I know of the whole situation, is that Yorozu is the only one that like the name was used and no pronouns were used. And the other pronoun used was kind of like shaky on like who it actually is. However, the thing is that they use no pronouns for Yorozu. They did the same thing with Kashimo for a very long time. And God, I lost my train of thought. But there was a thing that Viz does with, and I was talking about this with my friend, that when Uraume was being referred to as beautiful, apparently it was only the word beautiful. I believe it's like kirei. But when Viz translated it, they translated it to she's beautiful. That's why I made that mistake in the misogyny video. I really gotta stop calling it the misogyny video, but it's just so much quicker. But in that video, I made the mistake of calling Uraume she, because that's the way Viz translated it, but it's not been confirmed in the Japanese of the manga. So I've got a couple bones to pick with Uraume, like the translation of that happening. Gege's younger than me, but I feel better with him being 31. I didn't realize that he was 31, but I guess I hadn't looked up his updated age. Yeah, unofficials seem to get Euros' gender just wrong. Yeah, although I was like, actually queer rep, but no, that wouldn't happen. I know I talk about Satasugu all the time, but people, unless people see them fucking, people will still fight me on that. I'm sorry. I couldn't say that with a straight face. It's true, but I couldn't say that with a straight face because it's really funny. One thing we learned this week, don't trust translation. Twitter was on fire for a hot minute. To be fair though, the translation, the unofficial translations, have been doing better. French translation gets more wild. They don't acknowledge Rose's gender, period, because it's not in the manga. Yeah. You say their name in every place gender would be placed. I mean, you stated your points in very compelling way as you usually do, and while I had some disagreements, they were sound judgments altogether. It's actual talent watching anything straight for that long. Thanks, Reed. Well, yeah, and like you're free to disagree with me. Like if you ever like comment, hey, I disagree with this, and even if I disagree with you, but you're being like a really reasonable human being, I would genuinely just be like, yeah, okay, cool. You know, like I think that there are a lot of people who disagree with me, and I think there are people who had like really good points, and I'm not afraid of you know, admitting when I'm wrong. I think that I've been wrong many, many times, and I think that, you know, if I'm wrong, I should have the ability to admit it. That's it. We don't talk about the ending of Yu Yu Hakusho? Okay. I don't remember it, so. It was during the strictest parts. I had nothing but time and my friend got me into it. That's fair enough. Honestly, I understand now. I understand why you watched 5 days straight, 5.5 days straight of One Punch Man. Arcs in fiction, but the ending did feel a bit rushed. Yeah, I really want to reread Yu Yu Hakusho, but oh god, I'm so behind on chat. I really want to reread Yu Yu Hakusho, but I have so many other things to read, especially since I read to also make videos on them. It's tough. It's tough. She's not dead yet. Nobara come back. Fucking fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. Kill her off so early. I don't understand. Devin, your guess is as good as mine. From what I remember, Yu Yu Hakusho had a war arc that was only in the manga, but the creator was too fatigued dealing with medical issues, so he stopped. Yeah, like I think Togashi's back issues have been like so ever present for a long time. It's really unfortunate. Like he's in really bad shape right now, and I'm at the point where I'm like, do I even want Hunter x Hunter to continue if he's like in literal pain while he's making it? Endings of manga tend to suck because mangaka will only write a few endings in their career as opposed to many arcs, characters fight, etc. Yeah, I also think that like, and you know, there are some people that, I don't know, I think there's just certain things in terms of like the way serialization works that is very, very detrimental to writing an ending. Because if the publisher is like, well, end your manga, do they get enough time to end it? Do they have enough time to like wrap it up? Or if they're like, extend your manga, and they had a character, like, or not a character, but a story arc planned, and it was supposed to end at a certain point, and the publisher is like, well, extend it. You know, like, what happens to the story then? So that's why serialization really does affect the trajectory of a story in manga. The house They had to be people that have been to my house. One had to be a coworker, no family member. So it made it easy, but it was awkward telling them I suddenly decided to have an exchange student. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, Nobara said not to count herself out. She'd be their equal. Yeah, I agree. Casual Toto ab flex. I get going. Company came over. Bye. You probably said that a very long time ago. I'm so behind in chat. Mindset, intellect, and power. Love Nobara. All Nobara had to do was high five Mahito. Well, to not die. Don't at me. Nobara would have been so useful right now. Oh yeah. Like I talk about it in the video. Like Nobara's power is so much, very much like the antithesis of Mahito's power. Like her power is so incredible and so versatile as well. Nobara should get reverse curse technique. It would be perfect. I don't know. Like I actually don't know. If she's like performing a reverse curse technique on herself and healing herself, that'd be ace. Let's see. Both Nobara and Nanami ran up into disasters. No way a human can beat that. Yeah. Yeah. I think like I'm just sad. I'm just sad about that. Okay, someone's going to, but like I feel like there's a chance Yuki could be alive. I feel like that for at least I feel like for the last final technique or domain expand. I mean, like it's not an unreasonable thing, but I think that there's not been any foreshadowing that Yuki is alive. And if she was alive and she just popped up out of nowhere, also would be bad stakes, you know? Because it's like Yuki was like, I'm going to create a black hole. And then she comes back and then you're like, well, did that black hole not matter? You know, so it'd be bad stakes, bad handling of stakes again if she comes back out without any foreshadowing, without any like hint as to her being able to come back. But who knows? I could have missed that hint. I haven't been reading Jujutsu Kaisen as intensely, except for the things that I make videos about. And when I read that, I was focusing mainly on like the themes. So I read that part a lot, but I wasn't focusing on her power so much as I was focusing on like the themes and what was happening. But Yuki is in the Shadow Realm. Oh, Bar had a lot of potential as good as Megami. She had bad luck, kind of like Nanami. Yeah, what's happening? All my favorite characters are dying around me. I feel like Gege has it out for me in my favorite characters. Yuki died. Nobara died. Nanami died. Like, come on, Gege. Killing all the people that I love. Okay. Yuki's character was split into a 2-part arc. Yeah, it wasn't enough. Geto Kiss made up their mind younger years. It's canon, Gege told me. Cassie, I agree. Swore they were lovers in a past life or something. Who? Kenny dancing with Yorozu. Oh. When I get into debating, so I learned not to be hostile towards people based on their opinions. You can learn something from someone. Yeah. Yeah, I'm never hostile to anybody in terms of like, the only time I would like roast somebody is if they're outwardly being hostile to me. Like if back in the day, back when I was a streamer, as I say that as I'm live streaming at this moment, I would always hear people out. But if people came and like came into my chat with the express intent of being a dickhead, I would roast them. Like I would roast them in front of my stream. If they were just, you know, if it was like kind of iffy, I'd just be like, hey, don't do that, man. Or like, is that what you meant? You know, it's definitely like a tough balance in terms of going and creating like a good vibe in terms of a stream, because you don't want to bring your stream down by being like this idiot. But there was one moment back when I used to stream like a hardcore shooter game, and somebody was like, why do you even have so many viewers? You're bad at this game. And I was like, okay, first of all, my brain right now is split between entertaining people and playing this very difficult video game. So I said, okay, I'm going to ignore chat for the next 15 minutes. And I did. And I popped off. It would have been really bad if I didn't pop off. I immediately got killed. But I popped off and I looked back to chat and I was like, if I wasn't paying attention to chat and if I didn't have to split my brain to entertain people and be entertaining and take risks that I wouldn't otherwise take because I'm trying to be entertaining, it would be a different story. So go fuck yourself. I still remember that to this day. I don't remember who the person was, but I was like, this person has no idea what streaming is. It's like entertainment over like being good at the game. If I can make somebody laugh and if it's like funny and if it's or interesting, I'll take that over being like super duper good at a video game. There's a lot of people who are better at me than the game. Just are. And let's see, don't give me ideas to cope. Nobara would nail Sukuna out of Megami. If only. I think Yuki's black hole had consequences to the story. Time dilation, the fact that they showed up to fight. If there was a time dilation thing, which I could honestly believe because Geg is a fucking mad lad, I would like that. But if she showed up what if she showed up like at a completely different point in time? Lesson learned, don't favorite characters. Yeah, I have no favorites. I have no favorites in Jujutsu Kaisen at all whatsoever. Gege lurks the subreddit to learn who the favorites are so he can torture them in the new chapters. I sure hope not. But Gege does used to go in not 4chan, 2chan. So I wouldn't be surprised if Gege goes on Reddit. My favorite character has done nothing so far, and there's the one dude with fire hair that was like in one panel when the military were being destroyed. Is that the guy who was friends with Reggie? It's likely he's special grade, but probably not. Sounds like when you were mainly a streamer, you had a very hard time. Sorry to hear that. No, sorry. I sometimes tell like stories like that, but my community was honestly great. Like I had a fantastic community on Twitch. Like the reason why I even went full-time streaming was because I loved my community. There will just always be ass hats like every time. I didn't like the game eventually because like it's an early access game and they changed so much of what made the game fun, and that's eventually why I didn't like playing that video game specifically. But the community around it I think is still one of the most top-notch communities on Twitch. They're very generous, they're very kind, and they're very understanding, and they're also an older demographic, so you don't get as much of like the sexism and like the stupid bullshit that comes with like being a Twitch streamer. Let's see. I mean, I've tried talking to chat when playing video games. It's legit hard to focus on both. Once I said I'd go all out, someone in Smash, I got 3 stock, made a comeback, but I never meant to recover from that first game embarrassment. It's all right. It's all right. I feel you. It's happened to us. They drag attention from each other. Most people wouldn't understand valuing entertainment over skills of gameplay. You're correct. A lot of streamers more focusing their entertainment on just fans than being a tryhard. Yeah, it's also a thing that I fell into. I was like, if I was just better at the video game, people would like my stream better. And I was like, nope. If you are entertaining and you're funny, people don't give a shit. People don't give a shit if you're bad at video games. Lily Pichu, love her, by the way. Love Lily. Is in bronze, but it's so entertaining to watch her. She's so fun. I think Yuki should come back. We make sacrifice not as meaningful, but I think the black hole did more than rip off Kenjiku's clothes. That was so fucking funny to me. He gives a tool to show off Ghetto's spot. Yeah, it would have been easier to just have him do like a Sukuna where he just rips off his clothing. Imagine that happened in the manga. Imagine instead of Yuki's black hole in the manga, we instead just got Kenjiku. Sorry. We instead just got Kenjiku ripping off his shirt and being like, check out my new curse technique, bitches. That would have been funny. But no, we had to have Yuki use her her ability to create a black hole to get Kenjiku / Geta's body shirtless. I tried streaming myself gaming and realized it's not my thing because it's exhausting and trying to be entertaining and play a game. Yeah, it's tough. I feel like sometimes I don't have it anymore. Like streaming, I sometimes feel like I don't have it. Like it is really truly like a skill that you build up over time and you do get rusty. Also, I don't want to play video games on stream anymore. I like this. I like talking to people. I like chatting. I like having a good time and getting people's feedback. Let's see. I think she shouldn't come back. Typo. Topsy with the W memory. Hazunoki. Who the hell is that? Sorry. Kenjiku's power move is ripping off the robes and saying, "Feast your eyes on this, babes." I would cry if I read that from happiness, by the way. I'd just be like, this is what Jujutsu Kaisen's meant to be. Shirtless Kenny front panel when? Yesterday. It needed to be yesterday, Gege. Maki needs to pull a Toji and kill an S tier character to be iconic. Noea is a B tier character. Yeah, in terms of power, Noea is probably a B tier character. In terms of like everything else, he's like an F tier character. Eyeball guy. Okay, yeah. Okay, that's who I thought it was. This is the real sorcery fight. Guys, you remember that back when the unofficials would translated Jujutsu Kaisen as sorcery fight? What a wild time that was. I think I was so early on in the pandemic. And I remember reading the note of them going like, from this point forward, we're not going to be translating Jujutsu Kaisen as sorcery fight. We're just going to say Jujutsu Kaisen and Jujutsu. Took over Megami so we can get Megami shirtless and flat back. What's your favorite JJK volume cover? I have to look at all of them. Hang on. Easy answer would be Maki, but let me see. The Hikaruba one fucks, but you know what? Actually, I know which one it is. Come on, you guys. Do you know me? It's on display on my shelf. My husband. I almost licked the manga and I was like, no, I don't want that on the internet. I'll do it in private. The final fight is Gojo, Sukuna, and Kenjaku getting shirtless and flexing. I don't have any what's the word for it? I completely forgot. What's your favorite character purely by design? This is the thing. Okay, my roommate did something very evil and pointed out to me that Gege's like drip game is bad. Like Gege's like drip and clothing game is just awful. Like if you look at if you look at Bleach characters, like Kubo is next level, right? Here. I was like, what the fuck am I even looking up? Kubo. Like Bleach drip is like absolutely next level. Like Kubo will just straight up completely put them in like different clothing. Like this is peak drip, you know, and this isn't even one of the best ones. Like this is just like one that I found like offhand. But like Kubo will literally just put everybody in like an insane, like, where's the one? Is it this one? Oops. Hang on. Open image and new tab. Yeah, there's also just like, he'll just do these like really, really fun spreads. Also like Renji man spreading, whatever. He can do what he wants. Yeah. Bleach is only behind JoJo in terms of drip. Absolutely. But Gege says he can't draw females, but drew Mei naked on a cover. Too fucking shay. Touche. 18 is my favorite. Looks beautiful with the Mahjong cards. Hikari dripped out as usual. Jutsu Kaisen Volume 18. Oh yeah. Volume 18 is pretty sick. I did an unboxing of Volume 18 and on my channel. I think, hang on. still have it. Also, this only has 70 views. I'm so sad. That's probably my worst performing video in a long time. Is it here? Volume 18. Yeah. So this is like a special edition.
I really hope. Well, I think it has to be gotcha.
Also, oh my god, the frames on this are so bad because like my camera was dying. This was the last video I filmed on my old camera. But yeah. Oh yeah, I'll show. Yeah, there's the little like keychains and stuff. Look at Kenjiku feeling himself right here. Ugh. Toji. Bleach is one of the animes that discusses former interns about drip. Also Yu Yu Hakusho. Yu Ishigori has drip. Yeah. Yeah. But barely. Also the word you were looking for is objections. You have no objections. Thank you. I have no objections with that. Heading out, has fun hanging around. Thanks, Cassie. Kuben, the creator of Yu Yu Hakusho, does an amazing job putting the characters in different outfits and design. Excuse me, I just burped. I love how Esper is saying JJK let clothing cook. Look, Gege needs to do a better job dripping out his characters. Just all I'm gonna say. Yeah, Yu is a good example. Honestly, not because she's naked, but God, what is her name? Takako Ura. I like her design. But there's not much. I just like the fact that she has like dark pupils. I think that's very good. Also, what is happening to my views? I know you guys probably don't care too much about this because like YouTube like stuff, but yeah, usually like my videos do better, but also like my shorts is like getting way more views, but my long form isn't. That's weird. Hopefully this picks up. I want to get at least like 1,000 views in every single video. Usually if I get 1,000 views on a video, I'll at least be happy, but we'll see. Some of my chats get removed. Ooh, sorry. Any recommendations for fans of JJK who want to get into more manga? Hunter x Hunter, Chainsaw Man, Hell's Paradise. Actually put Hell's Paradise on top because I'm gonna be making videos about it. But yeah, that's 3 good ones. Hell's Paradise, Chainsaw Man if you haven't read it yet, and Hunter x Hunter. The man who put Yu, Hashimo, Hikari, Gojo, and Sukuna's design to paper cannot be slandered on drip level. They're hot, but the drip is not as good, you know? YouTube is mega pushing shorts recently, so it's not just your channel. I don't know why though. Yeah, YouTube loves shorts. I haven't seen a rec for a long form, for your long form stuff in a minute. Do you see my shorts? Because this is so like weird that like my shorts will get views. Gotta go. Thanks for the stream. I'm looking forward to your next work on YouTube. Thanks, Michelle. Thanks for hanging out. I will be ending soon anyway. I'm so out of practice. Like, I am genuinely just so out of practice because I used to stream for like 8 hours a day. Like, I'll show you my Twitch. This is my Twitch. I used to stream for a very long time. This is like old. This is like videos from back when I was like just randomly streaming. But when I used to be like an actual streamer, I would used to stream like 8 hours a day. And now I get off stream chatting with you guys and I legitimately like lose my voice. I'm like, I've lost my touch. I can't stream 8 hours a day anymore. Yeah, so let's see. What's a good clip? Is this a good clip? I don't think you guys are interested in watching me play video games. no matter when you release it. Please do a fuck, marry, kill for JJK characters. I think it's the word I'm using that's getting it removed. Yeah, I do have my like moderation set to pretty high. Recommended to me like 5 minutes after they drop. First by nature get a lot of views to them being forced into viewer screen, them having to find and click it on recommendations. Ugh. I really hope this video gets recommended. I worked super hard on it. If my next video doesn't get recommended, I'd be so sad. I worked so hard on that video. I'd be so sad. Also, this clip's kind of fire. I just want you guys to watch this. I know most of you probably have never played Rainbow Six Siege, but I watch this clip every now and again. But I fucking aced here, and that's all. I just wanted to show you guys. This was me back when I used to play video games. Yeah. Look at me top fragging in this fucking lobby. I stopped playing Siege though because it's the most racist and sexist and like just bigoted community on the internet. You cook. Yeah, I aced. Yeah, the next video game I'm gonna probably play on stream is Oxenfree, and I'm gonna do it on Twitch. So if you aren't already following my Twitch, shameless plug, follow my Twitch. Because I'm gonna be doing some stuff on there. But oh my god, Annie! You know Oxenfree? I knew you were amazing. Just follow now. Thank you. Also, if that happens, who at YouTube is catching these hands? I don't know, man. I don't know. It says I'm already following. Is that a bug? Definitely a bug, Silver. Definitely a bug. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, here's the thing. Completely, like, most of you probably don't know this, but Oxenfree is one of my favorite video games ever. I have an older YouTube channel that I used to do all my gaming on. So I never actually like fully uploaded, but Oxenfree is genuinely my also Mary Screwkill. I'd like to speak to Mr. Twitch. Mr. Twitch just quit. Did you hear about that? The CEO of Twitch just kind of went like, peace. I'm out. Are you going to play Oxenfree too? Yeah, Oxenfree. My name is oh my god, I used to speak way. This is this is the ARG. This is not the this is not the actual playthrough. This is the playthrough. Yeah, he quit. Emmett Shear quit. But yeah, this is bad. My editing was so much worse back then. Oh my god. And this was only, this was 2 years ago. This was 2 years ago? What? It's been so long. I was like, this was like 8 months ago. Time really gets super fucked up when like you get older. That's it. Like when you're older, you're just like, yeah, that was like 2 weeks ago. And you're like, actually, no, that was 6 months ago. And a season has changed. Do I play Pokemon? Not anymore. Now following on Twitch. Thanks. 2021 being 2 years ago is not a real thing. I refuse to believe it. It doesn't feel like that. It's fun watching your previous experience on YouTube and Twitch. It's like, it genuinely is just like rolling back the clock. It makes me nostalgic a little bit. Looks so much like me that I'm like, wait, is that me? Yeah, I had short hair, but I'm growing my hair out right now. Don't worry, I'll cut it all off eventually. But yeah, Oxenfree is such a great game. So if you guys don't know, Oxenfree is this, I wouldn't even say, it's like almost a side scroller, but it has like almost a 3D aspect to it. And you are essentially on this island and you are trying to figure out this mystery so that you can get off the island and like save your friends, etc. And it's a very compelling story. I keep burping, sorry. It's a very compelling story and I really love it. And it's told through various methods of like inspecting things within the world and going and finding letters and going through getting flashbacks and making choices with your different relationships in the game. It's a very excellent game. I highly recommend it. It's also very short. The whole thing is about 2 hours to play. And I think it's like $5 or $10 on I think it's $10 on like iOS and Android. Let me check. But yeah, I wanted to make a video essay on Oxenfree. I can just get it. Netflix edition. Is it now free because of Netflix? COVID messed up the timeline. It really did. So with Oxenfree, the studio was bought out by Netflix. So it was supposed to come out a while ago. And I don't know if it's like because Netflix was just like having a thing. I don't know if there's like a delay in it. I haven't heard any. I'm just showing off my keyboard. What am I doing? But yeah, it's just, yeah, I have no idea what's happening with it. But the second Oxenfree was supposed to come out early this year. They had like a whole ARG around it. But I really fucking hope that this comes, the second one comes soon. Look forward to seeing you play this game on Twitch whenever you feel. I actually might do certain things on Twitch. Like pre-recorded content. Like I want to do the watch parties here because it's directly related to my YouTube videos. Yeah, Scientifics composed Oxenfree. What else do you know that they composed? Because it's the first time I've heard of Scientific was Oxenfree. Yeah, the dialogue is really great. The dialogue, when you say something, you kind of like, not cut them off, but you almost like have a natural flow to, what's it called? To the conversation in a way that like you would have when you're talking to somebody like in real life. Yeah, so this is one of my favorite games of all time. Let's see, what else do I have here? Rant video. Yeah. Oh man. Old videos. Oh my god, this is like going back through time. I also played Life is Strange. That was 7 years ago. I'm having a crisis. Oh my god. My oldest video was 8 years ago. Holy shit. Has it really been that long? When I say I've been making content for a while, I've been making content. None of this content was good though. I didn't know how to make YouTube videos. Realistic elements like those are rare. Yeah, it's not perfectly executed, but it is definitely quite like almost natural. Like I think it was I would say once you get a little bit more used to it, it starts to come together and be a little bit more cohesive. I was just about to graduate when high school when Life is Strange came out. I graduate actually no, I was in college. I think I was in my freshman year of college. I don't know, I'm old. Yeah, so I think I should go now. Yeah. I really hope my other video gets better views. I'd be so sad. Dude, like my shorts are popping off in a like way. Oh wait, hang on. I think it's because it's like, also let me link my video to my short. Sorry, I'm just like doing YouTube stuff while I'm like still streaming. Let's see. Copy this link, put it in my short. And then boop boop. should have put that when it was unlisted. I actually wanted to go over the comments some more, but no, I have to go. I gotta chill. Yeah, I was just about to graduate. Journey Scientific also did the big Xbox 360 software, ZMD, Parts of Plants and Zombies. Oh, wow. And it's also wild that you can just download, well, you can't just download it, but like you can pay to download Scientific's like albums. Like Scientific has a Bandcamp and you can just pay to download the music from anything that you like. Oh, he did Jenny LeClue. I tried to play this and I was like, oh, this is like a kid's game. I thought it'd be better. But yeah, you just download Scientific's like albums. It was a fantastic stream. Thank you so much for all the hard work you do. I had a fun time watching while at work. Thanks for stopping by, Devin. It's really sweet. Yeah. Had a lot of fun interacting with everyone. Have a good rest of your day, everybody. Thank you. Bye, everybody. How do I end this? Oh, I know. I have to end it here. Have a good night. Pro streamer.